Easy y'all. Right, so I'm going to do a new video teaching you how to make the Spin Spin Sugar bass line from Armand van Helden's remix of Sneaker Pimp's Spin Spin Sugar. It's a classic garage bass line sound used on a lot of speed garage from sort of, well, 96 when he ushered it in, and then 1997 obviously when the bubble burst and it was a big media hype. I'm just going to show you a few techniques on how I've made the sound as close to the original as I can. And yeah, so we'll start from scratch basically, so let's do it. So the sound is actually, I think, the basis of the walk bass sound as well, the actual waveform itself. A great video tutorial is by my good friend Owen Palmer, who made, on Computer Music Magazine, he showed you how to do the full throttle off the Prodigy song, full throttle the bass sound off that. And he used FM synthesis to achieve that on FM8, and he also used a great free plugin called, I'll show you, PG8X, which is an emulation of, there we go, emulation of the Roland JP8X, and you get nice two oscillators and stuff, and you get these sort of sounds. So we've got hollow bass, we've got the presets. I followed Owen's tutorial and Mr. Hattricks himself, so here's the sound like. So yeah, that kind of sound, and you get a massive sort of jungle bass as well, which is a massive reese bass. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, this sound that I found, anyway, how I made the Spin Spin Sugar bass line. For those that don't know Spin Spin Sugar, I'll just play it quickly, and I'll just find it on here. So it's on my desktop. I'll find it. Anyway, I'll load up I'll show you this anyway first, and then I'll show you the song. So, in here, my friend Adam sent me. No, he didn't send me. I actually got these myself, but he sent me some stuff off his DX7, which is showing me how to sort of make FM synthesis sounds. Anyway, off E-Lab X-Static Goldmine 3, in the stab section, you've got all these stabs, and then in the garage tone section, you've got this. Look at that on the analyzer. So, what you do is get rid of all that, open a new file. Now I'll just load up Spin Spin Sugar, as I say. It's not going to be too long a video, it only takes a few minutes, but I'm going to find the songs to show you what the sound is like. As I say, it's using a lot of speed garage records from sort of 97 era, over the classic era of speed garage. I will just find it now. My computer lets me. So, yeah, like as I said, it's more like the waveform of. It looks like the waveform of the walk bass. Now the sample itself does not. It stops abruptly because it's just a single shot sample. Now I'll show you how I loop that up to make it last as long as I want, and also I've added a little bit more punch to the sound to make it sort of more punchy when you hit the note. So it's more like it sounds almost like a kick drum. In its approach, and I will find this bloody record if it kills me. Right, here we go. So, got the Sneaker Pimp's Spin Spin Sugar Armand van Helden remix. And let's get to the drum. That's that then. Right, let's get down to business. So, once again, I'll show you quickly this garage tone here. Might upload it on the video as well, so you can download it and have a go at this yourself. So I've been making a bit of speed garage recently, and this is the sound that I've got. You see that? Jungle is pussy. Anyway, yeah, so, right, to get this sound, you've got to loop the sample first. This is how I've done it. Okay, so on here, you've got the sound, that little red marker there is a loop in the sort of the wave, so that it's continuous. So no matter how hot, if I take off the use loop points here, it will not, if I press this button, no matter how long I hold it down, it stops. I'm still holding that button down. Yeah. Now if I put this on, this loop point, now when I press the button, I can hold it down for as long as I want. So to do that, it's simple. You go into any DAW will have like an editor where you can edit the wave. So what you do is you find a point in the sample. It's very, very easy to do this, and this is very simple when they've all got the same, like this, they don't fade out basically. So what you do is you zoom right in, and you get the point like that. Make sure that it's not clicking, and you find the other end where the sample ends like that, and then magical thing on here, you've got the loop feature here. You just press play. There you go, you've got a continuous loop there with no clicks. So then on Edison anyway, you just do it this way. You go to the ABC marker, the regions point, and then you go to set loop. You see that? Alt and L, set loop. So now you've got a point where the loop is. So whenever that plays now in your sampler, it will loop between those 2 points forever, no matter how long you hold it down. So what you do is after that, I save the sample, and I got my own version of it. Okay. So on my samples anyway, here I've made what is it? Reload Captain Speed Garage Pack. There we go. So spin bass. So you got the warp. You got a warp bass, which I've made from this sound, and spin trigger. Anyway, so bring tempo down to about 136. Anyway, as you see on there, like I did it later on in the loop. It doesn't matter where you do it because they're all the same. Like the volume's the same, so it won't matter. But that's your looped point there. Now, the final thing to do, because you're nearly there with this sound, to be honest, the final thing I've done, just made the volume automation, not automation, volume envelope, so that it has a slight release, so you're not clicking after every hit of the... And also, the final thing to make this sound a bit more punchier than what the sample is I've automated the pitch. Not automated it, I've used the envelope of the pitch modulation here, to create like a sort of a bomb type of sound, so that the pitch goes up and down really fast to make it sort of kick, like a kick drum. So the more I do this, you can see on here the pitch goes up and down really fast. It's like, get my hands a bit steadier. You see it goes from high to a low frequency, boo, sort of thing. Now the more you draw this out on the, you can see in the background a slight grey one, that's the actual volume automation. So there you go. So what you do is you bring that down so it's almost not even coming in, that like there's no attack really. So you just, so then you got, That's a bit too much punch actually, so you need to take that down ever so slightly. So yeah, last thing you do after that, to be honest, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to write the part in anyway. Very, very simple part to put in. Also, another thing you need to do is put it on monophonic mode. I do it on there, so monophonic, so that it plays one note at one time and no more. Okay. So you put it on an insert channel. Now I've already made this preset myself. I've fiddled about with the EQing and everything. Open mixer track state, and I've put it as spin bass. Yeah. So what I've done on here is cut off all the high frequencies that are not needed in the sound because it's a square wave, so it's got a lot of fuzziness. I've then added it's called Fruit Limiter, but it's actually a compressor, so I've just compressed the sound ever so slightly. And then that other one was acting as a sidechain on one of my on that track I've just shown you on my speed garage thing, so just forget that one for now. I've also done some additional EQ, taking out the very extreme lows, sort of 20 Hz, and up some of the highs that have been lost, just to give it a bit more bite. And there you go. So I'm just going to write this part in, and this is the video done. How to make the spin sugar bass on. You might want to add some reverb as well to it. It's up to you. But remember to roll off the lows from the reverb.